Hello, I hope this video finds you well and having enjoyed a great Thanksgiving and looking forward to an amazing 2024 holiday season. For those of you I haven't met, my name is Luke Nachtrab. I have the amazing honor and privilege of working with all the unbelievable people at Vista as I serve as the president and one of the co-owners with my mother and father. This video is a little bit of a 2024 update, but most importantly, we took an amazing trip with 5 of us to world-renowned dementia home in Europe this past year, and wanted to share a lot of what we learned and where we're headed from this. So for the new families and people that aren't with us or just are in our community, I wanted to give a little bit of background. So before I get into the fun details about our trip, bear with me for a minute while I can give a little background of why we went and what we expected to get when we went there. Okay, so just for a little background, and I promise to keep this short. I hate going back to this, but it was a very pivotal time. As devastating as it was, the Vista family truly grew stronger than ever through the pandemic. Our values of love and care for the elders and the families, and our team never shined brighter. In fact, it really inspired us to do more and to challenge the original mission of challenging the status quo of how those for dementia are cared for. So in 2022, early 2022, we gathered 2 executive directors, an assistant director, an activities director, and myself, and we wanted to look at what do we want to do? What does Vista want to be in the future, in the near future, long-term future? We wanted to grow, but we didn't want to grow just to grow. We didn't want to just add beds. And so as we thought about things, we all have these beautiful buildings, our homes, some of our competitors and other people in the industry. But at the end of the day, it's all about the people. We are only as good as the people in our homes, and that is both our families and our elders, but it's our team too. And so as we looked at ways of growing, we wanted to expand on what we were. And that meant if it didn't positively impact the elders, the families, or the team, we simply weren't interested. So whether doing things that could improve opportunities for our team, improve access, improve wages, anything like that for our team, elders, if there were designs or different things that we could do that could really improve the elders' quality of life. And if we could support the families in a better way, in a new way, I should say, then that's what we wanted to do. And it wasn't just building more homes or doing what we already really wanted to expand on what we are. So this has been an evolution that continues to evolve, but I'll just give a couple insights. We want to integrate the animals more so into our program, and we ultimately want to integrate children, which we're working towards. But what we have done and what we did initially is we introduced home care. And what home care does, it allows us to support families in their own home. That not only is more comfortable to them, we can build the relationships with them, but we're able to help. We meet so many families way past like 2 years later, and it just crushes us to know where they are and how stressed they've been, and that we could have helped them sooner. And so that has been a tremendous program. We're seeing that it really reduces grief, guilt, transfer trauma when and if people do move into the homes. And it's really been effective. And how that works with the homes has just been a really neat thing. It also creates opportunities for the team to get into something new, because let's be honest, what we do is hard. And so home care is a change of scene, and it proves to be kind of nice that way too. The other thing we've done is we've always known that dementia is a family disease. This doesn't just affect the elder. So unlike a lot of the industry globally, we even learned, is we really focus on the families. We try to, at least, as much as we do the elders. So whether it's, I can't tell you how many times we've sat with a family and we've cried and we've mourned and we've done things, but we really want to expand that too, because we love and cherish the relationships with our families over the last 25 years. So what can we do there? So Vista Listens is our resource for that. So not only for our families and not only for our team and everyone to have a easy access to mental health, it's for the community. This is also our way of reaching the community in the new way to provide support, education, and all sorts of different things. So Vista Listens is at the Therapeutic Center. Ruth Dennis has been with us for 27 years. She's an art therapist. She was an activities director, social worker in our homes. And she's joined by Monica Romero, who's been around for a long time as well. She started as an intern and went and did some other things and came back earlier this year. She's a clinical social worker. So Vista Listens is the other piece of what we've done. like I said, this has continued to grow, but this vision hasn't stopped. It's really evolved. And this year, it really, I think it took a really big step. So we had heard about this place called the Hajwick Dementia Village for quite some time. But in April of this year, we started looking into it more. By May, we were meeting with the co-founder. And by fall, 5 of us, our 3 executive directors, our vice president and myself, were on our way to the Netherlands to spend 2 full interactive days with Yannette Sperling, Yannetti Sperling, the co-founder of the village. So we had 2 objectives going there, really. One, obviously, is what can we bring back right away? What can we do to improve the elders' lives, our families, and our team? And then obviously, how does a concept like this integrate into our design and what we want to be in our future and our vision? So for those of you that aren't familiar with the Hajwick Dementia Village, it's located in the Netherlands, just outside Amsterdam. They care for 200 elders suffering from severe dementia, living with severe dementia, not low to moderate, but moderate to high dementia. And it was so interesting traveling thousands of miles across the globe in a completely different country and culture. We were blown away at how similar we really were, to the point where we were finishing each other's sentences. We were 100% aligned. So that was one of the big things we learned right away is philosophically, our values, our drive, our mission, our purpose, everything that we do is 100% aligned with the values of one of the world-renowned leaders in this business. So we'll get a little bit into their design and how they came up with their thing. So they really they have emphasis on a couple big things. When they were designing the program, they said, how would you like to live the last 2 years of your life? So that alone seems very simple, but it gets you thinking, how would you like to live the last 2 years of your life? So that ultimately led to the emphasis of freedom of choice in their design and what they do. So if you're anything like me, you're sitting there saying, how do you have 200 elders living with severe dementia in one home and provide good care? Well, this was interesting, but the simple answer is they don't. They use their 5-acre property to house 27 different homes of 7 elders each. And with that, they've created a dementia village, a Dutch village, that they use their guiding principles and the concept of lifestyles and club life to create an amazing environment for elders to spend the last 2 years of life. So let's discuss what this means. Let's dissect this. So if you think about it, as individuals, we're similar, but we really live different lives. Some people have interest in sports. Some are more in arts and politics or different things. We have different interests. In the US, big or small home, we take all of our elders and put them into one environment. The Hajwick, however, has a totally different perspective on this, and they utilize our differences to provide an environment that has a positive impact on those living in it. So not only are individuals that live together like-minded, sharing similar interests, their homes are designed in an interior way that's similar with those interests. So you have different environments. You have urban, you have rural, you have very different things. And so their 27 homes are broken into different lifestyles of which they live with. They live with people that are like-minded. So if you take a look at this image, you can see in the US, we have all the different dots, we put them in one home. And then over on the Hajwick, you can see where they separate it. They take everybody and they put them into groups of 7. And using their design, it's fascinating. So the Hajwick design really understands the impact of those that you're living with and fully integrates it into their homes. And it really, really shows. So then they take it a step further and they integrate club life. So club life is very similar to what we call activities. So in addition to the everyday simple pleasures of being home and maybe helping to clean your counter or whatever, club life allows elders to choose clubs of genuine interest rather than offer activities that are for the masses and they, kind of a one-size-fits-all way. So this could be anything from the Van Gogh Club, where they focus on arts and culture, to baking, choir, a men's club that they meet in the pub there on site. So club life really improves the social well-being by bringing elders together from different homes. So not just the 7 you're living with, there's 27 homes, and you might have someone in a very different lifestyle that still has that same interest. And so it really enhances the social impact of this. And it's just fascinating. So I'm going to show you, talked really quick and through a lot of things here. So I'm going to show you just a picture. And you can see here in the picture, the bottom left, we have the grocery store. There's a lot of different living environments in there. On the top right, you can see how it's designed. It's multi-level, and they really have these different neighborhoods of things. So that's a little visual of, and you can see in the different homes that the styles are a little bit different. So that's kind of gives you a little glimpse. We've covered a lot of philosophical type things. I have one more thing I want to get into, but we did also get into a lot of widgets and different things that we learned there. So we've purchased a cradle, which is something that allows you to connect with an elder that might not be verbal anymore. There's some other interactive things that they have, which you'll start to see kind of in time. So I didn't want you to think there wasn't anything like that, but philosophically, these were the big things, which I think are some of the most important things as you think of the everyday operation and where we want to go. And so that's why we focused on these. One last piece that was really thought-provoking, and Yannetti, throughout our time with her, really focused on the word, and she kept using it, emancipation. When they were designing the Hosrick, they wanted to emancipate the elders. They wanted to get them out of that sterile, traditional nursing home environment and design something that was better. And so they in addition to how would you like to live the last 2 years of your life, it was, if you can do it at home, if you've done it your whole life, why can't you do it here? And so the freedom of choice and all of that really resonates. And the emancipation thing to us is something that we're going to continue to peel back and try to understand and really try to execute to the extent we can. And so what this means is, mom's cooked her whole life. Why can't she cook now? Or dad's used a hammer every day. Why can't he use a hammer now? And in the U.S., you look at that and say, well, gosh, she might hurt his thumb, or gosh, she could cut her hand, or what if she burns herself? Or, well, Jim, if he used a hammer, it would be really bad. So then we don't let anybody use a hammer. And so you really kind of think through that piece. And to kind of visualize this even more, as of January 1st, 2025, all memory care homes in the Netherlands must be unlocked. Yes, every elder should be able to leave freely. And so here we are on the other side of the world, thinking everything needs to be secure, and it's almost like we bubble wrap our elders out of fear of getting hurt. But at what cost? What does that look like? And so we won't be opening the doors overnight. We won't be doing that probably at all, because we probably couldn't. But and we're limited to a lot of these things because, unfortunately, the U.S. is more of a litigious society than the Netherlands. But we are thinking about this, and we are going to challenge the status quo on this more and more every day. And we want to kind of unwrap our elders from the bubble wrap and stop being helicopter parents to the extent we can. That doesn't mean we're not going to be safe or anything like that. But it really has challenged us. It's really made us think. Some of the things we do, what is the actual cost of what we do when it comes to the elders' happiness and last couple of years of their life? So what does all this mean for Vista? We are going to be revamping our activities program. We're going to create Club Life, or we are revamping it. We're creating Club Life and leverage, our different homes, our therapeutic center, and really maybe even some community partners and stuff to enhance the activities program and promote more of a club life. We're going to continue challenging ourselves, asking why not? Can we do this? Can we remove the bubble wrap, and really challenge status quo? And we're going to continue to stay in touch with our friends in the Netherlands. They were a tremendous resource and very helpful. And we're going to integrate a lot of that into our future and where we want to go. So as I'm sure you can appreciate, what I've covered scratches the surface of what we learned in the 2.5, 3 days. And, we spent a day and a half or two after our time there, reflecting and what it meant. So please know we're open for questions. We hope that you've enjoyed this, and that, it's thought-provoking for yourself. But We're a phone call, email, text message away, and would love to engage with anyone that has any thoughts or ideas. On behalf of the entire Vista family, thank you for your trust in us to care for your loved one. It really is an honor that we do not take lightly. We hope you have an amazing holiday season, and wishing you a wonderful 2025 and Happy New Year. Thank you.